Have you ever wondered about the fine line between privacy and freedom of speech? It's a question that has been at the heart of many debates in recent years. As technology advances, the line between what is public and what is private seems to blur. It's a delicate balance, isn't it? On one hand, we have the right to express ourselves freely, to let our voices be heard. Yet on the other, we also have the right to keep certain aspects of our lives to ourselves, free from the prying eyes of others. Two individuals who have become emblematic of this tug-of-war are Edward Snowden and Julian Assange. Both men, in their unique ways, have brought the question of privacy and freedom of speech to the forefront of global discourse. Their stories have stirred controversy, sparked debates, and forced us to re-evaluate our understanding of these fundamental rights. To understand the significance, let's delve into the early lives of Edward Snowden and Julian Assange. Born on June 21, 1983 in North Carolina, Edward Joseph Snowden was a man of ordinary beginnings. The son of a Coast Guard officer and a federal court clerk, young Edward was raised in a family that valued public service. His academic journey was anything but traditional. Snowden dropped out of high school and instead pursued knowledge through independent learning. His curiosity led him to the realm of computers, where he quickly honed his skills. By the age of 22, he had already secured a position with the Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA. Snowden's career in the intelligence community skyrocketed rapidly. He transitioned from the CIA to a contractor for the National Security Agency, or the NSA. Here he was exposed to the underbelly of global surveillance. He witnessed the vast power of the government's data collection, its intrusion into the private lives of ordinary citizens, and how it was justified in the name of national security. As Snowden climbed the ranks of the intelligence world, he also grew increasingly uneasy. He began to question the morality of what he was part of, the infringement on privacy rights, the violation of the public's trust. He grappled with the ethical implications of his work, the balance between national security and individual privacy. Snowden's concern would eventually lead him to make a decision that would change his life forever. This decision would not only alter his path, but would also shake the world's understanding of privacy and surveillance. Born on July 3, 1971 in Townsville, Australia, Julian Paul Assange also came from humble beginnings. A young Assange was not unlike many children of his generation. Curious, intelligent, and with a growing fascination for the rapidly evolving world of technology. However, what set him apart was his intense interest in the nascent field of computer hacking. It was a world of endless possibilities, a labyrinth of secret pathways that seemed to call to him. By the time he was 16, Assange had fashioned himself into a competent hacker, exploring the hidden recesses of the digital world. He co-founded International Subversives, a hacking group, and adopted the moniker Mendax. This was the early manifestation of a persona that would later shake the world. In 2006, Assange took his passion for unveiling secrets to a new level, creating WikiLeaks, an online platform for whistleblowers worldwide. WikiLeaks was a game-changer, a platform that aimed to expose government and corporate misconduct on a global scale. Assange's vision was to bring truth to the forefront, to expose the actions of those in power that were hidden from the public view. His growing desire to expose government secrets was not without its consequences. It was a path fraught with danger, a path that would pit him against some of the most powerful entities in the world. Yet Assange was undeterred. Assange's determination to expose the truth would also lead him to a path of no return. In 2013, Snowden made headlines worldwide when he leaked classified information from the National Security Agency. This was the moment that Edward Snowden, a former employee of the CIA and a contractor for the NSA, went from being virtually unknown to becoming one of the most controversial figures of the 21st century. Snowden had made the decision to reveal thousands of classified documents to the press, laying bare the extensive global surveillance programs run by the NSA and its Five Eyes alliance. Why did Snowden do it? He cited his belief that the public had a right to know about the intrusive surveillance activities of their governments. He wanted people to understand the depth and breadth of the invasion of their privacy. He believed that the global community needed to be aware of the extent to which their personal information was being monitored and stored without their knowledge or consent. The global response was swift and divided. Some hailed Snowden as a hero, a whistleblower standing up for civil liberties in the face of an increasingly invasive surveillance state. Others branded him a traitor, arguing that he had jeopardized national security and put lives at risk. The debate raged on, in newspapers, on television screens, in homes and offices around the world. Snowden's revelations had immediate and far-reaching consequences for him personally. The United States government charged him with theft of government property and violations of the Espionage Act of 1917. With his passport revoked and extradition looming, Snowden sought asylum in Russia, where he remains to this day. But perhaps the most significant consequence of Snowden's actions was the global conversation that they ignited. Governments, corporations, and individuals were forced to confront uncomfortable questions about privacy, security, and the balance between the two. The world had to grapple with the reality of mass surveillance and the erosion of personal privacy in the digital age. Snowden's actions sparked a global debate about privacy rights and government surveillance. The conversation continues today, shaping policies and attitudes towards privacy and surveillance in our interconnected world. Assange, through WikiLeaks, has been releasing sensitive government documents since 2010. This platform, designed to protect whistleblowers and promote transparency, became a beacon for those seeking to expose the hidden activities of governments worldwide. One of the most significant leaks came in April 2010, when WikiLeaks published a video titled "Collateral Murder." This footage, shot from a US military helicopter in Iraq, showed the killing of more than a dozen people, including 2 Reuters journalists. This exposure sparked global outrage, leading many to question the conduct of the US military. In the same year, WikiLeaks released over 250,000 diplomatic cables, now known as Cablegate. This vast trove of documents revealed confidential communications between US embassies worldwide and the State Department in Washington, D.C. The fallout was enormous, straining US relations with many countries and exposing a side of diplomacy that had previously been hidden from public view. But these actions did not come without consequences for Assange. The US government accused him of espionage and other crimes. In 2012, he sought asylum at the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where he lived for nearly 7 years. In April 2019, his asylum was revoked and he was arrested by British police. Assange's imprisonment has been contentious, with supporters arguing that he is a champion of free speech being persecuted for exposing government wrongdoings. Critics, however, see him as a reckless anarchist who put lives at risk by indiscriminately publishing classified information. Regardless of where one stands on the issue, it's undeniable that Assange's actions have had a profound impact. His leaks have exposed the inner workings of power, shaking governments and sparking debates about transparency, accountability, and the public's right to know. Assange's actions have sparked a worldwide discussion on freedom of speech and government transparency. Snowden and Assange, 2 men from ordinary beginnings, have left an indelible mark on the world. Their actions, rooted in a desire to expose hidden truths, have sparked global discussions and debates that have shaken the very foundations of our understanding of privacy, freedom of speech, and government transparency. Edward Snowden, a former contractor for the US National Security Agency, leaked classified information that revealed the extent of global surveillance programs run by American and British intelligence agencies. These revelations brought to light the extent of government surveillance, raising questions about the balance between national security and individual privacy. Snowden's actions led to a global conversation about privacy rights, and his legacy continues to influence debates on privacy and government surveillance. Meanwhile, Julian Assange, through his platform WikiLeaks, published classified documents and other information from anonymous sources. His actions have exposed numerous government secrets, igniting controversies and debates on the role of government and the media. Whether it was the release of diplomatic cables or the exposure of war crimes, Assange's actions have had a profound impact on our understanding of government transparency. The actions of Snowden and Assange have sparked global debates about the boundaries of privacy and the role of government. They have forced us to ask questions about the balance between national security and individual privacy, about the extent to which governments should be transparent, and about the role of the media in holding governments accountable. Their impact extends beyond the immediate revelations. They have altered the course of history, setting precedents for future whistleblowers and challenging the status quo. They have ignited conversations about the power dynamics between the government and the governed, and have forever changed the way we view authority and transparency. Whether heroes or traitors, Snowden and Assange have forever changed how we view privacy and freedom of speech. Their actions have challenged our understanding of these concepts, and their legacy continues to shape the world we live in.